and welcome to Midweek Bonus number 3. I thought I'd have a little backdrop of birdsong for this because so many of you have been in touch to say how much you enjoyed the birdsong in the last Midweek Bonus. So here is some more for your delectation. I'm glad that it's calming you down, relaxing you and taking your mind off whatever worries and stresses are running through your head right now. This is going to be a little update on what's going on with the pod, and also we're going to meet listener Pam. And what's exciting me right now is the fact that I'm just 2 patrons away from reaching my goal of 200 patrons. How incredible is that? And thank you to my new legends this week, Calvin, Nick, Melissa and Solange. Once I reach that 200 goal, I'll be doing a Facebook Live, which will be great fun. So just 2 more people need to donate just $1 a month, and we will reach that target. So if you've been thinking about becoming a patron, now is the time to do it. It's been a bit quiet on the reviews front lately, which is understandable, but if you can't support the show financially, this is a brilliant, quick and easy way of giving us the thumbs up by leaving a review on your pod app of choice. It gives me a warm fuzzy feeling inside and it helps other people find the show. Some of you have been getting in touch with your habits, and I particularly loved Lauren's idea, which is she's obviously working at home, as so many of us are, at her kitchen table. And so she's bringing a different houseplant over to that table to feature in her workspace every day. She writes, I check it over, remove any dead leaves, and it gives me time to appreciate it on its own, and gives me something to look forward to. And if you want to check out her Instagram, where she's posting these plants on her stories, she's at @theleaflet_, and I'll put a link to that in the show notes. In other news, Hilton Carter, guest of episode 92 of On the Ledge, has set up his own podcast. It's called Journeys in Greenery, so if you're a fan of Hilton, that's definitely worth a listen. Again, the link will be in the show notes. Keep sending your questions for the Q&A special, which is coming out on April the 10th, episode 135. Lots of great questions already, but I can take a few more. And perhaps you might be able to help me out with a question from a listener from Sudan. And he wants to grow palms, but he can't get hold of perlite or vermiculite. So perhaps you have a substitute that you've tried and tested and would like to suggest that might be available in Sudan, because I'm not sure what to suggest for this chap. Sand, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, if you've got any ideas about perlite or vermiculite substitutes that he can get hold of easily, do let me know. Some of you have been asking about how the Monster emoji campaign is coming along. Well, funny you should ask, because Friday's show, episode 134, will be a chat with Cassidy Moody of Missouri Botanic Garden, and he has been spearheading an attempt to get an orchid emoji accepted by Unicode. So I'm going to be getting lots of top tips from him, and I'll also talk about how you can get involved in putting our proposal together. Oh, and don't forget to join in with Houseplant Hour if you're on Twitter. It's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. GMT, which I'm assured is 5 p.m. EDT. If you're outside those 2 time zones, you'll have to work it out for yourself, but do join us for an hour of houseplant chat. It's a reason to join Twitter if nothing else, and you get to show off your plants, ask questions, compare notes, and moan when things go wrong, which is something we all love doing. So please join me for Houseplant Hour. Just follow me at Jane Perrone on Twitter, and you can also follow at Houseplant Hour, the dedicated Twitter account, and just use the hashtag Houseplant Hour in all your posts. Well, now it's time to meet a listener. I'm glad that lots of people are stepping forward to do this, and today's guest is the wonderful Pam.
Hello, Jane and On the Ledge listeners. My name is Pam. I'm a photographer and video content creator from Massachusetts here in the United States. We are finally approaching spring and I'm so excited. I've been listening to On the Ledge for about 1.5 years and I am very, very happy to be here.
Question 1. There's a fire and all your plants are about to burn. Which one do you grab as you escape?
If my home were to catch on fire, which is one of my greatest fears, so I have given this some thought, I think the plant I would attempt to rescue on the way out the door would be my 6-foot-something tall Pachira aquatica. I've had it for about 7 years, and when my mom gave it to me, it was in a 4-inch pot, and it is now absolutely enormous. It has a foot over me, and I love it so much.
Question 2. What is your favourite episode of On the Ledge?
My favorite episode of On the Ledge is probably the Coleus episode, and that is because I feel like Coleus is vastly underappreciated in the houseplant community. So when I saw an entire episode dedicated to one of my favorite plants, I was really excited. And the information in that episode was incredibly helpful to me, especially when it came to trying to help some other people embrace this plant, which is, just not loved enough in my opinion.
Question 3. Which Latin name do you say to impress people?
The Latin name that I say the most, I guess in my head, I don't know if other people have Latin names of plants just roll through their head, almost like a song that's been stuck in there, but mine is definitely Ceropegia woodii. I really like anything with that double I at the end.
Question 4. Crassulation, acid metabolism, or guttation?
Between the two, I am going to have to pick guttation. I love it because A, it is beautiful, but B, it sounds terrifying, like a death metal band.
Question 5. Would you rather spend £200 on a variegated monstera or £200 on 20 interesting cacti?
Well, I had to think about this question a little bit, but I think I'm going to have to take the variegated monstera. It's been on my wish list for so long, and frankly, with 175 houseplants, or whatever it is, because I refuse to count again, I don't know where I would put 20 interesting cacti, as much as that would be really fun to go through and open and check out.
Thank you to Pam, and if you have sent me an email to ontheledgepodcast@gmail.com telling me that you want to be involved in Meet the Listener, do not worry, my assistant Kelly will get back to you with instructions on how to do it forthwith. Well, I'll leave you with the bird song now as I go on my way getting Friday's episode ready. Whatever the week is throwing at you, I do hope that your plants are bringing you some comfort. Hang in there, and I'll speak to you on Friday. Bye. The music you heard in this episode was Roll Jordan Roll by the Joy Drops and Chiefs by Jazar, both licensed under Creative Commons. See janeperrone.com for details.